Good evening, North Dakota. Since the beginning of the pandemic, all of us in North Dakota have shared some common goals. We want to keep our kids safely attending schools in person. We want to keep our economy safely open. And we want to protect our most vulnerable. Now we stand at a critical juncture in our fight against this pandemic. Our state is caught in the middle of a skyrocketing national COVID-19 storm. Nationally, new cases broke 100,000 per day for the first time last week on November 4th. And just 8 days later, the U.S. has passed 150,000 cases per day. North Dakota's 14-day average positive test rate has doubled in the past month to 15.6%. Active cases, the leading indicator for future hospitalizations, have also doubled in North Dakota since October 20th to nearly 10,500. And today we passed the tragic milestone of 700 deaths with COVID-19. Our hearts go out to every North Dakota family affected by the tragic loss of a loved one to this cruel disease. Capacity is strained across our healthcare system, jeopardizing the ability of our hospitals to provide first-rate treatment, not only for COVID-19 patients, but also for those seeking care for heart attacks, strokes, cancer, trauma, and other urgent needs. Our doctors and nurses heroically working on the front lines need our help, and they need it now. Since the beginning, we've taken a data-driven approach to our pandemic response, focusing on saving lives and livelihoods. Right now, the data demands a higher level of mitigation efforts to reverse these dangerous trends, to slow the spread of the virus, and to avoid the need for any economic shutdowns. Our situation has changed, and we must change with it. Tonight, we're announcing 4 measures designed to reduce the spread of infections in our communities, to protect our most vulnerable, and to ensure hospital capacity. To be clear, these are statewide requirements, not simply recommendations. First, the state health officer, with my full support, has issued an order requiring face coverings to be worn in all indoor businesses and public settings and outdoor public settings where physical distancing isn't possible. This order is effective starting tomorrow and remains in effect through December 13th. It includes common sense exceptions, such as those for children under the age of 5 and religious services. Face coverings are the most cost-effective way to limit the spread of the virus if you are unable to physically distance. As we have been saying since last April, wearing masks when around others is our path to economic freedom and to a faster return to our normal lives. By wearing a mask, we can support our teachers, keep our students in school, reduce demand for our healthcare workers, keep our businesses open, and protect our elders, our veterans, and each other. We are deeply grateful for the local leadership around our state, as many cities and counties have recently adopted measures to promote mask wearing and limit gathering sizes. We believe strongly in local control, and increasingly, we've received feedback from local leaders and local public health units that enforceable state action would support their local efforts. The state of North Dakota is committed to continue working closely with all cities and counties across the state until we have defeated this invisible enemy. Number 2, effective 8 a.m. Monday, November 16th, by executive order, all bars and food service establishments will be limited to 50% of their licensed capacity, not to exceed 150 patrons. All bars and restaurants will be closed to in-person service between the hours of 10 p.m. and 4 a.m. Takeout, curbside, and delivery will still be allowed during those hours, and we encourage North Dakotans to take advantage and support their local businesses. For those who are already following our North Dakota Smart Restart recommendations of 25% capacity in high-risk counties, this change will allow those establishments to safely welcome more customers back into their businesses. Thirdly, we are limiting all banquet, ballroom, and event venues to 25% of their maximum occupancy, not to exceed the new capacity limits we've established with input from venues and local public health officials. Physical distancing and masks will be required for the safety of all. This measure also takes effect at 8 a.m. Monday. We have made $54 million available through our hospitality grant program to help these businesses navigate these challenging times. And additionally, $20 million through the Bank of North Dakota is available to buy down interest on existing loans for many types of businesses. The North Dakota Smart Restart guidelines remain in place for all other industries. Those who violate these mask and capacity requirements may be cited for an infraction. Law enforcement and public health agencies should prioritize education in their enforcement, providing warnings and education about the risk of transmission, while reserving penalties for the most egregious violations that put public health at risk. Fourth and finally, we're extremely grateful for the sacrifices our students made last spring and their incredible adaptability. No one wants to cut fall sports season short, and we're not going to. All playoffs and performance events sponsored by the North Dakota High School Activities Association during the month of November may continue under the association's guidelines. But given that we know from contact tracing that extracurricular activities are a source of community spread, we do need to take a pause before launching into winter activities. Beginning Monday, November 16th, we are suspending until December 14th the start of all school winter sports and other extracurricular K-12 activities. This suspension to December 14th also applies to all club sports and community sports. College athletics will follow guidance from the North Dakota University system and their respective national organizations. This 4-week pause in school and club activities will help us keep our schools open to in-person instruction. Children and their parents are best served when schools are open for in-person learning. In-person is the optimal learning environment for most students. It gives them the greatest access to nutritional and support services and the greatest chance for success. In addition to these 4 measures, we will continue to meet daily with our major hospitals to optimize capacity planning and assist with resource needs. Experts, such as Dr. Burke, say small social gatherings with family and friends are driving a significant portion of this current COVID-19 surge. For the next 4 weeks, we as North Dakotans should try to limit gatherings to our immediate household group and to be sure to wear a mask if gathering with people from outside your household. As Thanksgiving approaches, we know this isn't a small request. Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday, a time to share gratitude for all of life's blessings. With technology and our innovative spirit, I'm confident we can find new ways to celebrate the holiday and give thanks while staying safe and protecting our loved ones from a virus we may not even know we're carrying. We believe in North Dakotans. We believe in the power of individual responsibility, and we need individual responsibility now more than ever to slow the spread of COVID-19. One shared experience we all have in North Dakota is dealing with blizzards. After getting hit by a huge snowstorm, we are all personally responsible for shoveling our own driveways. Local government takes care of plowing the streets, and the state takes care of plowing state and federal highways. We all do our part, individuals taking individual responsibility and government bringing rules and resources to dig out quickly and efficiently. This can also be one of those times. Working together as neighbors, as North Dakotans, and as human beings who care deeply for each other, we can slow the spread of COVID and emerge stronger than ever. God bless you, and God bless the great state of North Dakota.